Coming September 1st, Rewind 9/11.
Today, we've had a national tragedy.
An incredible plane crash into the World Trade Center.
A look back at the tragedy of that day.
Another explosion has taken place at the Pentagon.
It became very apparent that what was happening was terrorism.
Fox News presents Rewind 9/11.
People who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
Listen on Odyssey.
Sarah and Vinny on Alice at 97.3.
Oh boy, I'm going to sneeze.
Alice at 97.3, Sarah and Vinny, Alice's morning show. Thanks for choosing us.
Yeah.
Oh, she turned it off. We didn't even get to hear it.
Well, I was trying to.
We wanted
took
the payoff.
over. No,
I
you
mean,
took
come on.
over, so
No,
I
but we still wanted to hear it.
No, you don't want to
Let that
hear
thing
us
rip.
sneeze. Oh my God! Thank you for jumping right in there.
Well, I mean, I'm here.
Partner. Hey, it's Sarah and Vinny. Thanks for listening.
Hey.
I promise I'll sneeze into the mic next time. Sorry.
All right, thank you.
Yay. That song we just heard is Elton John and Dua Lipa, and I actually have some Elton John music news coming up. Not only is that kind of a Dua Lipa song, but he's got a whole record of, I think it's called Sessions, and it's all collaborations that Elton John did. And it's kind of cool. There's a couple good things on there.
Good for him.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that at 8. But right now we're going to do the 7 o'clock Celebrity Trash, and it's brought to you by Bad Advice. We are so good at giving bad advice. I can't believe what a good person we are.
Honey. I can't believe I am such a good person.
Yeah. Thanks, Maria. That's how
We
you
sure
say it.
are.
We sure are a good person. So if you've got a, what should I do situation, we know. We have the answer. Mm-hmm. You're wrestling with some crazy problem, some thing that's been done to you, and you don't think it's right, and what should you do about it, or what am I going to do for this guy's birthday, whatever it is.
You ain't got the answers, man.
We do have the answers.
If you're like, what are your qualifications? Here they are. I have screwed up royally so many bleeping times.
Yeah.
I've uncovered most stones.
Are you saying our qualifications are our age and experience?
Screw ups, right? Yeah.
Don't say screw ups. It's our incredible years of experience living as humans on Earth. We will help you. And it's also sometimes it can be good to get kind of strangers' perspectives, people who are not invested in your life and haven't been listening to you whine about this problem for the last 2 years. Just get it solved once and for all. Half the time you've solved it, and you've actually, if you just reread your email, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give away our secret.
Right.
But bad advice is something we do on The Secret Show. If you have never heard of The Secret Show, it's because it's a secret, you guys. Don't go telling everybody. It's filthy. It's uncensored, and it's something we do in addition to this show, and you can find it on the Odyssey app, Audacy. In fact, we do it every day after the show, and if you can get away from your life at 10 a.m. every day, you can listen to it when we stream it. And then otherwise, you get it on Friday. We drop all of our secret shows as podcasts. It's confusing, I know, but you're smart. You'll keep up. We're going to start with Tom Cruise.
All right.
And others.
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
I'm a fan. I like Tom Cruise.
Me too. Hardly ever seen a Tom Cruise movie I didn't think that was a great movie. I like it.
Did that Top Gun ever get released?
No, and that's part of what we're going to talk about.
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
good.
And as you know, I think it was the set of Mission Impossible where he had that meltdown screaming at everybody about, we're doing this for the people and for the people's jobs, and it's important. He freaked out because somebody broke COVID protocol, stood within 6 feet of somebody else.
Is this about that lawsuit?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Mission Impossible, you're talking about the COVID thing. There's a whole nother thing going. This is about movies in general.
Okay.
And
I don't want to sidetrack you. Let's do this.
So,
put food on the table.
Yep, we're just trying to put food on the table. He could probably pay for all the food. I don't want to be the one who thinks
so. Don't put that on him.
Well, he could.
That's not
though.
fair.
If people were starving, he could buy them some food.
If he took every check that ever appeared in front of him, he'd be broke too. So let's not.
But
maybe you
wouldn't. So he's got a bunch of money. It's
Pay for the college education.
Yeah. Well, you could do that.
And now he's got to pay for it. He's got to take your
everything.
Kids to
you got to pay for
too.
it all. Yes.
All right.
So anyway, Mission Impossible. and Top Gun Maverick. That's the new Top Gun. Both have been delayed. Top Gun, the new Top Gun, was supposed to come out November 19th. And look, we all really did think that by now we wouldn't be talking about this BS anymore. Believe me, everyone's over COVID. Everyone.
Yeah.
The people who are vaccinated, the people who aren't vaccinated, the maskers, the non-maskers, the freedom fighters, the Willy Wonkas, all the people. We're all over it.
Right.
Top Gun is now delayed. November 19th, it was supposed to come out. Now it's coming out May 27th of next year.
Whoa.
Oh.
Mission Impossible 7 was supposed to come out May 27th of next year, and now it's coming out 1 year from now, September 30th. A year and a month.
Oh, all right.
So you got to wait a whole another year to get this.
I love the Mission Impossibles. They weren't great in the beginning, but they have really found
a groove.
Their spot. Yeah, I mean, and those stunts he does they're great. I love it.
Well, the beauty of Tom Cruise is he does not rest on his laurels. Like,
No.
yeah, that was a great thing where I jumped out of that one plane and we shot it the whole way. Now I'm doing something even better. Whatever you think I can do more. Tom Cruise. I'm Tom Cruise. And hold on to your seat, Vin. It was supposed to come out October 22nd, but now Jackass Forever has also been delayed thanks to stupid COVID.
Well, I get that the studios feel like we'll lose millions by not having people come out and watch it in a theater. And I also think
people are going back.
Maybe they think that this is I don't know, but maybe they're standing with the movie theaters themselves and saying, we want people to watch and we want you to have business. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like watching stuff here at home.
Left and right. Me too.
I've loved HBO Max releases. I love it.
And unfortunately, due to the pandemic, that's a business model that's working for a lot of these studios, and that's going to continue, which is not great news for the theaters. February 4th of 2022 is the now release date for Jackass Forever.
Okay.
So if you were waiting on any of those movies, and many, many more, you got to wait a little longer. This is the movie I was telling just earlier. I heard about this. I am not seeing where this is, but I want to say it's on, I think it's on Netflix. Hold on. Peacock. It's on Peacock. It's on one of the streamers. I knew it. James McAvoy, great actor. I really like him. I think he's good. I liked him in that Split movie and or whatever it was called that Anya Taylor-Joy is in as well, before she was the Queen's Gambit girl. He's great. And they made a movie with him where he was the only one who didn't have a script. So what they're saying here is all the other actors and a whole mystery is set, and they put him, he knows the basic premise of what's going to happen in each scene, but it's unlike some of these totally unscripted series that you see where they, here's the premise, you guys act it out, improvise it. Most of the actors in there knew they had lines, they knew how to direct the story, but he is supposedly finding out the big surprises, the twists, and the mystery with you, the audience. And they, even in the trailer, they say James McAvoy was the only guy who did not have a script in this thing. A lot of crying scenes. I watched the trailer this morning, and while it looks like a good mystery, it's a mystery of a disappearance of someone's child, and thing by thing is unveiled to him, and they do show a lot of what happens because it's a trailer and they give away too much every single time. But it's pretty unique. It's coming out on Peacock. It's in 2 weeks, and it's called My Son. It stars James McAvoy as a man trying to find his kidnapped son, and all he had were basic plot details. He wasn't told the twists and turns, and so he's as surprised as you are when these things get revealed. So everyone else knew what was going on, and he had to react in real time to what was happening around him, which makes it almost sound like they didn't do. I'm sure, by the 10th time he shot a scene, he knew what was happening. It had been revealed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get that you want a hook for anything that you put out. There's a marketing plan, whatever that may be. I don't necessarily know that an audience wants to see a good movie, and they don't necessarily give two craps that McAvoy is pulling off this improv. unless he's really pulling it off and it's a great movie. And in that case, it's still a great movie. Like, I don't know.
Right, exactly. It's almost like you don't have to tell us that if it's a good movie, it stands on its own. Knowing that he didn't know the plot details ahead of time isn't going to change whether or not the movie is successful. So he says, I've managed to have an experience no actor gets to have. I hope we'll give the experience of something really tangible that they can hang on to as this thriller rattles along. So it's
But that's kind of the point of acting, is that you are able to be that script. Yeah. Like, that's kind of the thing about that's acting.
Right, in a nutshell.
And you know what? I'll tell you something just based on the show that we've done through the years, and radio's had to change. It's been forced to. So we don't do 1% of what we used to do because you can't.
We'd be in big trouble.
Part of the reason we used to do stuff for real is because I can't act.
Yep.
Like, that was one of the, radio had to be real. There are people out there phoning
Try
it
that
up
line
stuff.
again. We'll edit that out.
Right.
In post. That's our big joke, is we'll edit that out. No, we won't. There's no editing. We
had to do everything live, and that had to be the way because there was no way for me to pretend otherwise. I couldn't. Right. I am not capable of pulling that off.
That is a weird thing that you don't have
actors to be able to do that.
You do. 100%.
So,
Yes, I do. And it's, this is the medium that we've worked out in. So it's,
right.
It is actually very hard to, if you turn a camera on me, I automatically lose my mind. And you just go over the top.
But also, I lose my mind in a different way. But that whole, script thing, it's just not my thing. So we've always had to do things live and see what we're able to make happen. But,
right.
You expect McAvoy to make that line, the one that's been written there for months, to sound fresh.
To bring it to life.
Right.
Next up, I gotta look. People have Netflix, so this isn't a stretch. Seinfeld is going to be on Netflix now. It's debuting in October this month, 2 years after they paid $500 million to secure global rights to it. You would think Peacock would be where you'd find this, seeing as, like The Office is now on Peacock, and they've got a lot of the sort of staple big NBC shows on there. They've gathered them all back to them, so I don't know how long Netflix has the rights to Seinfeld for. But it's a classic, and it's been long enough that I might sit down and watch the whole thing again. The first few years when Larry David was a part of it, there was nothing that I'd ever seen that was better and funnier and more clever on TV. Back in, I guess, in 2019.
I was thinking about the fact that I didn't see it, but the fact that they took on Michael Richards' extremely giant public meltdown.
Yes.
While doing stand-up, I was trying to think, I wonder if Larry David said to him, listen, we're going to figure out how to do some PR around your meltdown, because we all benefit if people are still watching Seinfeld, right?
We don't want the show to get canceled.
I wonder if they said to him, no more stand-up for you. Like, maybe they made a deal with him saying, you know what I mean? Like,
doesn't seem like that would be so far out of the realm of possibilities.
Wouldn't you, if you were Larry David and you thought, I have to PR this guy out of this nightmare? Yeah. If I'm doing that, he doesn't get to go out in public.
If I have to do that, he gets to go out in public no more. He is, I will say this, though, if that was a huge bummer for you and you were like, I'm not watching Seinfeld anymore, and Curb Your Enthusiasm, you can just watch that season. Like, that season is start to finish, Larry and Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld, working on a Seinfeld special that's going to fix the bad ending of the series.
The finale.
Right, that nobody
But they
liked.
also address his meltdown, right?
Oh,
didn't you say that?
They do. The thing is, everybody from Seinfeld acts that season. They play themselves that season. So you see, there's all kinds of little things. There's something about a pen. There's something about a ring on a coffee table. I mean, all the dumb stuff that of course, that's what Larry David, he gets down into this weird minutia of life where he's just, you are concerned who did put that glass down on that. I mean, there's a coaster right there. You didn't put it on the coaster. You had to put it on the antique sideboard. I mean, there's that season is so worth your time. Just as a fan of Seinfeld, if you think you're a fan of Seinfeld and you haven't seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm season where they take that on, you're not a fan. You haven't seen the real finale. It's genius, and they take on the Michael Richards thing, which is, and they do a great job with it. It's incredible how they handle it.
I was thinking it. I haven't seen it either, and I still do think I'm a Seinfeld fan.
Yeah,
eventually, I'll get.
You got to go watch it.
But I was thinking about that they addressed his meltdown, and I thought they must have told him, if we help you with this,
you should watch it. You should watch it.
Shut up for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you don't need the money. We all get $20 million a year just from the thing. You're ruining it. You're ruining it for all of us.
Sit down in a corner and never open your yap again.
Shush. Go buy an island with all your Seinfeld money.
Mm-hmm.
So Netflix
don't talk to themselves.
No, Kanye, you're right. No more talking.
Don't talk ever again.
Never. Netflix made the deal on September 19, not long after Warner Media and NBC Universal took back streaming rights for Friends and The Office, two of the most watched acquired shows on Netflix. Well, they were on Netflix. So they took those back, and then they worked out a deal where they're going to get Seinfeld. So they are, and it's funny because the press release is as though it's a brand new show. Larry David and I are enormously grateful to Netflix for taking this chance on us. It takes a lot of guts to trust two schmucks who literally had zero experience in television, and we made this thing, said Jerry. Come on. Anyway, it starts in October. Let me see if I can find the exact date. October. Oh, it is on October 1st. So at the end of this month, you're going to get to watch Seinfeld on Netflix. Nice. Halloween, it's happening. And I have two places that I've never heard of before where you can watch all your spooky stuff. It sounds like on Freeform, which turns out is a streaming service, Bryn. Yeah, we decided that.
Well, it's actually...
It used to be ABC Family.
Yeah, it's part of the ABC
so it's a cable
family.
thing. Oh, people can watch this on cable.
Well,
that's good.
You can actually connect your TV provider to access that content as well. So it's free, and you can connect with, if you have a cable provider, you can connect those two.
I see.
Yeah, you link it up.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Well, Freeform is doing 31 Nights of Halloween, all your spooky favorites. This is, frankly, it feels like a family channel because it's things like Hocus Pocus and the Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff like that. Corpse Bride, Tim Burton's thing. Also Nightmare Before Christmas. Maleficent is Mistress of Evil. The Craft. So Ghostbusters, 31 days of that. And many of them air multiple times. So if you have Freeform, you look and check the schedule and you can tape the stuff or you can just be watching it.
That sounds great.
Over on Shudder. Now this one is a streamer, correct?
One, huh? All right.
Now Shudder is full horror. Like we're not talking friendly little Halloween-y kind of movies.
It's owned and operated by AMC networks.
Oh, okay. But it is specifically a horror streamer?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So slasher films, blood and gore, zombies, guys on death tears. It's all that kind of stuff.
$5.99 a month.
And they are doing 61 days of Halloween because 31 aren't enough. So they've already started their programming. And it's all bloody stuff. 61 days of Halloween over on Shudder. So Halloween covered. Vinny, what's coming up in the news?
Well, as you did that story, I thought... I'm at that point with my youngest where I have to defend her against herself. She wants to watch zombies and other horrifying films, and then she's up all night going, I see ghosts.
I see dead people.
Great. Now we're all ruined by this. Super. Anyway, what's coming up? News is next.
It's Sarah and Vinny.
On Pod Save the World, we want to be your cheat sheet for global events. My name is Tommy Vitor, and each week, my co-host Ben Rhodes and I break down the biggest stories from around the world. Ben and I both worked on President Obama's national security staff, and we'll introduce you to the activists, politicians, and journalists who can help us understand what's going on around the world, what it means for the United States, and what it's like being inside the White House Situation Room during a crisis.
Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your pods.
Coming September 1st, Rewind 9/11.
Today, we've had a national tragedy.
An incredible plane crash into the World Trade Center.
A look back at the tragedy of that day.
Another explosion has taken place at the Pentagon.
It became very apparent that what was happening was terrorism.
Fox News presents Rewind 9/11.
People who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
Listen on Odyssey,